Good morning.
Morning. Morning.
Thank you for joining us today for today's Internal Affairs Oversight Panel public meeting. My name is Leslie Harris, and I am the chair of the Internal Affairs Oversight Panel. This meeting is open to the public to attend and is being recorded through Zoom. Zoom has been set up for video recording purposes and ASL interpretation only, and it's not an option for public participation at this time. Public comment will not be held during this meeting. You are welcome to submit any comments that you have to opetboards@boston.gov, and they will be acknowledged at the next OPET Commission community meeting. Please be mindful that you must be acknowledged by the Internal Affairs Oversight Panel Chair to speak during this meeting. I'm now going to take attendance of all IAOP members that are present for this meeting. When you hear your name, please verbally acknowledge that you are present. Allison Cartwright.
Present.
Christina Miller.
Present.
Julian Mundell.
Present.
And myself, Leslie Harris. One board member is not presently here, and that's Jesse Senwa. This morning, we will run through the agenda that you will see here. Each board member has a copy of the slideshow and agenda in their binder. Our first order of business is approving the minutes from IAOP's August 17th meeting. A draft of these minutes is available to the public on the OPET website, and each board member has a copy of the minutes in their binder. Take a moment to read through. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Are there any corrections or additions to the minutes?
No.
I will entertain a motion to accept the minutes.
I move that we accept the minutes, Mr. Chair. Second.
Been moved and second. Any comment, questions?
Abstain, I
Wasn't present, yes, sir. All those in favor? Aye. The minutes are approved. We will now move to the executive director's report. Ms. Everett?
Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you all for being in attendance today. To give you some updates from since we saw you in August. We've been pretty busy here at OPET. So as reported in our August update, we did receive funding for the BIPOC RFP. Since that time, we sent out requests for proposals to 18 vendors on the supply diversity list. Of those, we did get 2 responses back. I should back up some just for the member who was not here last month, so I can let you know what that is. We received funding to retain a consultant to look into the hiring, retention, and promotion of Black, Indigenous, and people of color sworn and civilian employees of the Boston Police Department. And specifically, we're looking to identify ways to increase diversity within the department and to begin the necessary work to have the department be reflective of the community that it serves. So that's why we're not just looking at police officers, we're also looking at the civilian aspect, because we want the entire BPD to look like that. And so from the beginning, we have included Boston Police Department at the table when drafting the proposal, as well as in the selection of the consultant, as well as the Equity Cabinet, who has been represented by the Human Rights Commission Director, Susie Helmy. And so we've had various meetings also with the affinity members of Boston Police Department to help guide what we should be looking for in a consultant. So of the two that have submitted proposals this past Monday, they came in and gave presentations. We've asked them to make sure that they asked for a lot of money comparative to what we were actually allocating for their work, because a lot of the work has been done. Many of you also at this table know that there's always been a study done on what the department looks like in many departments across the city. And so we are hopeful to have a selection made by next week. That is our time, and the work will begin next month in meeting with different partners. So that is very exciting work that we're hoping to get underway. Our policy data analyst, Mariah Sabir, who is also part of our executive team here, not with us today, but has been instrumental in leading the work on that and also looking at other ways to increase diversity, even through the cadet program and looking at the civil service exam as well. We'll be leading that project going forward once the selection is made. We are also looking at listening sessions. We've talked about this before. People know that we exist, but not really know what we do. We've done a lot of outreach last month. My team did some great work, August and currently now, going to community centers. I asked everyone on our team to look at libraries and community centers within a 2-mile radius of their home, which they did, and they all dropped off information about who we were for our OPAC Commission community meeting to really solicit more people to come in. One of the things that we did learn is that I know a lot of people who are owners of barbershops, so I was able to talk to them. And so we will be changing some of that outreach too, just so that we are getting some of the people who really want to know more about what we're doing. And through that, we'll be having listening sessions going forward. Those listening sessions, we will have 3 this fall. Those listening sessions will also be an opportunity to meet the new commissioner, Commissioner Cox. One will be virtual. So we're going to try to kick it off virtual so we can be more inclusive and have more participation. The last one will be our community meeting for OPAC Commission, which will be on December 6th. And we have already secured a location for that because our community meetings are supposed to be throughout the city of Boston, not just in one location. So that will be at the Adams Street Library. And I believe, Bennett Chair, I believe it's at 2:30, but the other 2 will be evening meetings. So we're trying to grab hold of a lot of different people and have a lot of people understand what's going on as it relates to public safety across the city of Boston. And again, working with different public safety stakeholders within the city. You know, what we do here at OPAC, what's the correlation of what we do with BPD and other public safety efforts that are going on. My other pride and joy is the Youth Advisory Council. That is something that I've talked about for a while. I'm happy to say that with the help of the 2 youth that we had this summer, we finally have a mission statement and an application. Those who were here a little bit earlier today saw my chief of staff working on the application that will go out tomorrow. We have narrowed it down to the youth that we are looking to bring on are ages 14 to 19, so we'll get like the 8th grader through high school. I know.
Good luck.
I know. I thought it was important that we try to get the child who's right before they get to high school and they don't want to be bothered with us at all, and start engaging early. But I did want to read to you the mission statement so that you can understand what we're trying to do. And before I get there, I will say that I did have a lengthy conversation with my deputy and with Commissioner Cox, and we are in agreement that we will share our Youth Advisory Council, so that this work is not done in a bubble and that the kids will actually be able to live out this mission by having access to both our office, which is direct connection to the mayor's office, as well as having access to the commissioner. So the OPAT Youth Advisory Council is a forum where youth from around Boston are encouraged to engage and advocate for police reform. Our overall objective is to give youth a safe space to be heard, where we can discuss public safety issues in our community from our perspective. We strive to end the disconnect between the youth and the Boston Police Department by building positive connections through communications, accountability, and transparency. So again, we're hoping to have the application go out tomorrow, latest, and then have our first meeting during the winter holiday break, and then get them moving throughout the school year. And that will be in addition to our year-long internship program with high school and college students. And last but not least, I want to introduce our new OPAT investigator, Diana. She joined our team on my birthday last month. So she can never forget that date. And we are still actively interviewing and looking for a community mediator. So if you have anyone that you know wants to do, this is going to be a lot different than a lot of the work that we have been doing. This is someone, it's basically leading up to the work we're doing. There's someone who will come in when we do get complaints that don't necessarily rise to the level of going to the Civilian Review Board. It's really building in that relationship between the community and the police, where I've always said that a lot of people don't know what the police do other than arrest. And this person will be charged with getting that information out and helping with some of these complaints where someone doesn't know why an officer is doing what they're doing, why are they there, why do they move in this format, and helping get that information in the right places, and getting police to understand when certain things are going on in the community, why they should not possibly come in the way that they're coming, because the culture is calling for a different type of response from the police. So they will work in dual capacity roles. Does anyone have any questions on what?
Now, you have a youth council. Do you have a young adult?
Not yet. Yes, so we're doing a youth one right now. We'll see how this works. And then I was trying to figure out earlier today what the age range will be. My chief of staff is smiling because if you leave it to me, I'm going to have a whole bunch of age groups. But we have to figure out how we can manage that. I think through the college internship program, we'll figure out how we can manage bringing in the younger adults that can be just as powerful, and we can talk to them as well. I just don't know who's going to manage that. We have to, I don't want my staff to not like me because I'm giving them more people.
Well, my suggestion has always been that we should have a 3-tier justice system. Juveniles until you're 20, 21, young adults from 21 to 32 or so, and then the adult system. And I think that would work well also with helping to rethink how we interact as a community with the police and how the police interact with us. So it's just a thought.
No, I don't disagree with you. I think that we have to figure out how we manage that, and so that we're not just saying we have a program, but we're actually being effective with the program. Because I can have every program here, but if I don't have the right people managing it and we're not having the right outcomes, then it just becomes something that we have on paper. And so I am hopeful that with the different programs that we have in place now, to get those going, then we can start filling in the holes with some appropriate places. It may not be that OPAT has it. It may be a different department needs to hold it, and that we are just pulling our youth advisory council from once they finish here, that they matriculate to the next department, and they are fully prepared to take on the role of the next tasks that await them. And I would love to see that, for example, in our youth advisory council, the mayor, to make sure that there is a connection with the mayor's office, on the mayor's youth advisory council, the mayor's youth council, I think that's what it's called, one member of their team actually will serve on the Youth Advisory Council for OPAC, so that there is always going to be this funnel of information going and coming, so that there is a connection and that we're not overlapping so much and that the work is actually being done on multiple levels. So we are being very intentional, so I do believe that that should happen, but I'm not sure if it's us that will take that lead or if there's another department that should take that lead. But I don't think that any of us aren't thinking that there's another layer that should happen. There's another department that was just recently created, the Workers Empowerment Cabinet, and it may be someplace that is where the young person's council lives, and that our groups got to go there, because I think we do have a lot of youth councils throughout Boston, but then it kind of falls off somewhere. We need to engage them someplace else.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else have any questions or comments? Okay.
Great. I appreciate you.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So at this time, will we be moving into executive session? So we're going to take a 5-minute break so that we can close the sound barrier, or whatever you call it, the divider. And we'll start right back up in 5 minutes. Thank you.
I think you need to vote. You need to vote.
Oh, we need to vote to
You
go
need to
into
vote to go into
executive session. May I have a
And
motion to
state
go
why you're
into,
going executive session.
Yeah. I have a motion to go into executive session.
Motion to go on.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, now we'll go into executive session in 5 minutes. Got to keep these rules in place.
Why you're going into executive session?
Oh, okay, for the record, we're going into executive session to hear cases 16, 37, 39, and 74. Okay, thank you. Distributed to the panel members.
So if everyone remembers, this is the one that you,
Right.
but didn't, so I actually have the original, form, you maybe jotted some notes on.
Thank you.
Can you just confirm the officer's name?
Yep, before we start anything, I will. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Officer, can you stand for a moment, please? Would you state your name for the record?
Sergeant Ethan Gray, G-R-E-Y.
Thank you. Okay, at this point, we have a second person present. Sir, could you stand for a moment?
Yes. Patrick Bryant, attorney of the union.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Has everyone had an opportunity to review?
I think we need a little more time,
Yes,
particularly since
right,
A little bit.
right.
The first
wasn't
time
here. Yes.
read this. Thank you.
Madam Executive Director, is there a voting sheet that we should have?
No, it's just all, do you want a voting sheet? We should have,
We have, we give those at the end. If you remember last time, you voted all of them back to back.
Okay, we can wait and do that.
you want to do it, but up to you. I mean, we have them now, they can just give it to you.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to do it as we do the case.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Everyone has read?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Are there any questions, any issues to raise?
Not at the moment.
I will ask, starting with Ms. Miller, do you agree with the IAD findings?
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought we were gonna hear from somebody before we made our decision, no?
No. We base our decision on the reports that we have received.
I'm trying to do
No, I thought we were gonna hear additional information. No.
No, so
Okay,
I
I just wanna
think
make sure.
I think, so what happened last time for, it was a little bit more, that one was just the same timing with IAD, and then he also agree with it, it was just more detailed that was involved,
Okay.
it was a lot more. This one was a little bit different, it was
I
a longer file.
got it. I just wanted to make sure we weren't gonna hear that there was no additional information.
No, I think that one was because it was two files, and I was providing background to let you know that you were gonna get two files of the same, and giving you, because you were reviewing one that was like, it's gonna overlap, and I was just trying to tie it in. There'll be one that has to do that for you later, so don't
Sure,
worry.
no, I just wanna make sure we were doing it the right thing, the right
Yeah.
way. And the vote is,
Sustain or
It's agree or
disagree,
Agree or
agree or
You can agree
disagree.
with the Attorney Affairs
Right.
decision, or you can disagree with this decision, or
Okay.
you can ask that Attorney Affairs, more.
very good, I would agree.
Ms. Cartwright,
I agree.
Ms. Mundell.
I agree.
And for the record, the chair also agrees. So, I give this back to you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Okay, ma'am.
Chief, this was municipal services. It's just, that this comes in for me.
Okay, because at this point, we're going to move into executive session. So I will entertain a new vote to go into executive session.
To discuss the remaining cases.
Discuss the remaining cases, yes.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Yes. And so we adjourn the public meeting at this time. And we are moving into executive session to hear cases number 37, 39, and 74.